presentation over because honestly I thought that it was a really cool looking jellyfish. So yes, and this is the scientific name for it. So yep, let's move on. Okay, so for habitat, the stalked jellyfish lives in shallow coastal waters and they attach themselves to the macroalgae and or seagrass. So, like in Finding Dory, when Dory finds her house and she's surrounded by all that kelp, that's basically where they live. Um, these little guys eat small shrimp, worms, and just other invertebrates. They also obtain their food by using their sticky, stinging tentacles, not their sticky, stinging jellyfish, because that's not right. But they use their sticky, stinging tentacles right here, and they lean and they'll get the little invertebrate and they'll bring it to their mouth down here. So yes, the predator-prey relationship is that the jellyfish are just very passive. They kind of just are attached to the seagrasses and they just lean and whatever comes near them. It's kind of like a blobfish. And they are preyed on by some bigger invertebrates, not huge, but just bigger than them because they're the size of pinkies. But sea turtles, sea slugs, and just other jellyfish species, which is kind of funny because that's cannibalism, but it's fine. Some unique traits is that they have 8 arms. Ignore this photo, it doesn't look like they have 8 arms, but they do, I promise. They have 8 arms, 8 long, narrow gonads, and they don't have an anchor, which is another way of saying primary tentacle. So in jellyfish and squid and all that, they usually have like a couple primary tentacles, which are just longer than the rest, but in a stalked jellyfish, they all have the same length tentacles. So this is my tree of life. It's kind of bland, but I thought it was the easiest to understand. They are part of the Cnidaria phylum. The Cnidaria has 3 types, and so this is our little buddy. I personally thought that the stalked jellyfish would be more similar to a sea anemone because of just like shape and just how they obtain food, but they're actually more of a jellyfish, which is kind of crazy. It is in their name though. So the importance of these little guys is that they help regulate the population of small invertebrates by consuming them. So if there's just, a lot of small shrimp, it's just going to give more opportunity for these little guys to just eat them, sting them, and put them in their mouth right here. They provide shelter to the other small organisms, which is really cool. So some small organisms will live on them, and they're sessile, meaning that they're sensitive to their environment. So a slight change to their population can completely throw off the balance of the ecosystem. So they're very important, even though they're literally tiny. And it's kind of like the lack of any organism can cause the food web to completely crash. So yes, this is where I got all my information. It's just a website, and it's where I got all my photos. Just a website about the stalked jellyfish. So yes, thank you for listening.